What's up, everyone? Welcome to Triple R Financial. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. Just search for triple_R financial. I'll drop all the links in the description below. You know, a lot of people think being poor just means you don't have enough money for your basic needs. But to get rich and financially free, there's one crucial step. You have to know your financial value as an employee. Today, I'm going to share a true story from my past. It's about the first time I ever told an employer, "You can't fire me. I have a degree." I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly of what happened next. So, picture this. I was in my early 20s, and I got into a heated argument with one of my managers. Right in the middle of it, she looks at me and says, "I am going to fire you." Without missing a beat, I shot back, "You can't fire me. I have a degree." This all went down on a Friday afternoon, right before a holiday weekend. So, that following Tuesday, the first thing in the morning, my manager walks up to my desk with two new people. One was a sophomore in high school. The other was a high school dropout, the same age as me. I looked at my manager and said it again. "You can't fire me. I have a degree." She kept insisting they weren't there to replace me, explaining they were just on a 6-month, full-time temporary contract. I was confused. I turned to the high school sophomore and asked, "How are you going to work 40 hours a week and go to high school full-time?" He told me he'd work from 2:30 in the afternoon until closing, 5 days a week. Then I asked him about his salary. He told me what his gross annual salary would be if he worked a full year. My jaw just about hit the floor. The number he gave me was almost 3 times my annual salary. After hearing that, I didn't even bother talking to the other guy. My boss then had the nerve to ask me to train both of them. I flat out refused. "No, I will not train them," I said. Fast forward 6 weeks, and the high school sophomore was let go. Turns out, the manager was furious that he told me his salary. Then, 5 months and 2 weeks later, they let the other guy go too. My manager came up to me and asked if I'd learned my lesson. I just said yes, and immediately requested a transfer to another department. As retaliation, they actually lowered my salary. For years after that, they'd offer me different positions within the company, but never with a salary increase. It took me years to finally wake up and realize I had to leave. I'll tell you the story of my departure in a future video, so make sure you subscribe for that. I always tell people, you have to know your financial value. The disrespect I put up with is something no one should ever tolerate. Leaving a job or even a career shouldn't be seen as a failure or a disappointment. Some people say poor people are bad at math, and here's an example. Staying in one job for 40 years. With no salary increase is far worse than job hopping every few years if each new job comes with a raise. Now, don't get me wrong. This video isn't to support those financial gurus who claim you don't need a degree to get rich. It's actually the opposite. In my story, my manager tried to replace me with a high school sophomore and a dropout. It turned out they were friends of hers. It was a hookup, as we used to say. Not everyone gets those kinds of opportunities. An education is far more valuable than just waiting around for a hookup that might never come. Thanks for watching, and remember to follow for more content.